Simi, I think you're in the way. Hi friends, my name is Ella, and this is episode 2 of my knitting podcast. Before I get started, I want to give you a quick life update. So just a couple days ago, I completed my first quarter of my second year of college. Please hold your applause. Don't worry, I passed my classes, I passed my finals. Passed. Keyword. It was torture. This quarter was pretty freaking bad. So hence, being in school, pretty much all of my time has gone towards homework and studying and just only having my mind on school for Okay, she's getting up and walking around. But anyways, having my mind really just occupied by school and classes. So I haven't had, sorry for the crinkles, I haven't had a whole lot of time to knit as much as I would have liked. So there's that. And then the other thing, this one's really funny. I had strep throat for almost the entirety of November. So that was really good. Don't worry, I am not contagious anymore. Not that you would have to worry about that, but I'm not contagious, and I feel eons better. So, pretty much, I had a cold for the first maybe week and a half of November, and I didn't really think much of it because I feel like my immune system is kind of trash, and I get sick pretty often, which is I should probably look into that. But I just was the sickness is not going away, and it was very much basic cold symptoms, sore throat, stuffy nose, fatigue, all that stuff. And then eventually it just evolved, and one day it was just you are in immense pain. And so my throat was just destroyed. And I was tired, and I couldn't really get up. I don't know, I've never had strep throat before, so this was a totally I guess new sickness. But yeah, so that was pretty freaking lame. Because the antibiotics that they give you, or at least for me, you have to take them until you finish them, so I'm still finishing them, even though I'm I'm cured, I guess. But yeah, so that's kind of been what's going on. It's been kind of a rough one. So especially for the last probably month of school, I wasn't really able to actually go into class. So actually I say that I'm gonna be oh, but I had so much time to knit. But that's actually not true. I did not really have a lot of time to knit. But it's purely just because I had so much school, and I honestly wasn't really motivated to knit because I knew that I had schoolwork I was supposed to be doing, so I was I feel guilty. I don't know. But yeah, so that's how the past couple months have looked for me. Other than that, now that we have gotten to know each other a little bit more, I figured I should probably share, other than what I just shared. I should give a actually proper introduction for myself, because I guess I haven't really done that yet. As you've learned, my name is Ella. I live in the Pacific Northwest. I am 19, except my birthday is in a couple days, so I'm gonna be 20. I don't want to be 20. I'm scared. Every year that I get older is closer to me attending jury duty. I already said this, but I'm in my second year of college. I'll be starting up my second quarter of my second year of college, January something. As for what I'm studying, I don't really know. I don't I haven't really figured out my, like, set career path quite yet. The college that I go to is they're very insistent on, like, figuring it out. And I just keep telling them, I'm like, guys, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. So, I don't really have, like, a set path yet, but there's a couple things that I'm interested in. I don't know, though. I don't know. I mean, I got Pushins behind me. Like, I'm not ready. I don't really know. Okay, let's see. I guess I'll say this really quick, and then we can get to the stuff. Don't worry. My mom just started vacuuming. I started crocheting, I think in my sophomore year of high school. And then it wasn't until probably like a year and a half ago that I decided to start knitting, because don't get me wrong, I love to crochet. I love crocheting. It's so much fun. I've grown to be very efficient at it, so I like doing it a lot. But I was really drawn to making, like, garments and clothing and sweaters. And I don't know if this is, like, a hot take, but I kind of just feel like crochet doesn't, like, scratch that itch of, like, wanting, like making a sweater. So I was kind of just like, I guess I should give a try for knitting. And I ended up, like, falling in love with it instantly. I was not good at all when I started. However, I've grown. I like to think I've gotten a little bit better. And then a year and a half or so later, I was like, I should start a YouTube channel or something. I feel like maybe not every, maybe like my generation's, every 5th grader was like, or whatever, was like, I think I want to be a YouTuber when I get older. So I'm, like, kind of fulfilling that, I guess, a little bit. But I've always been, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a very, very creative person, and I like to make things. And that's been my hobby for so long. Like, I've done so many things, like crochet, knitting, cross-stitch, sewing, other stuff. And I guess I don't really know very many other, like, crafty people other than my grandmas. I love you, grandmas. But other than them, so I wanted to have, like, a place to, like, share and have just, like, as a way to, like, document what I like to make. And I showed my grandma this channel, and she was like, "You're doing such a good job, sweetheart. Just keep going." And I was like, "Thank you, Grandma." So, doing this for you, Grandma. Yeah, hopefully, that was an adequate introduction, or proper introduction, I should say. If you guys want to know anything, let me know. I'm like relatively an open book. I can't really think of anything else I could share. My favorite movie is Little Miss Sunshine. Actually, the place that I have my phone propped up is on top of 2 Little Miss Sunshine DVDs. So that's kind of a fun fact. I'll put a picture. Oh, actually, I guess I should say, the cat in the beginning, that's my cat. Her name is Simi. Fun fact, we thought she was a boy, and we thought her sister was a boy as well. So we named them Simon and Garfunkel. Naturally. And then we found out that they were girls, so we were like, what do we do? So Simon is now Simi, and she's been Simi. And then Garfunkel, we just call her Gargar. Because, like, I don't know how you change Garfunkel. Like, garbage, Gargamel, Gargantuan, Gardenia? Gardenia? That's not bad. But anyways, now we can actually start. Okay, beginning with finished objects. I have, I guess, 3 to show you today. One of them, I actually did talk about in my last video. The other 2, I did not. Check it out! She's finished! I don't know how to show it with me holding the microphone. This is my lace, what was it? Lace loop sweater by Other Loops. I started this last time we had a video, so which was 2 months ago, sorry. And actually, so when I had started in that video, I realized that I was making a crucial mistake with the German short rows. I can't remember what I did, but I wasn't doing it right, so I actually had to redo it. So the time that I had marked when I started this project was not accurate. I started it maybe like a week or two later after that last video, because I was like mad that I messed up so many times, so I had to give myself a little time to cool off. But yeah, here's how she turned out. I still have to weave in the ends and block her. I've honestly just been lazy and smothered by schoolwork, so haven't gotten to that quite yet. I can't remember how much I talked about this sweater before, but pretty much you start with the upper back panel and you make a sort of like trapezoid shape with German short rows. And then it's a drop shoulder sweater, so you knit the front panel and the back panel. Well, I guess you knit them separately at first and then you join them in the round. And then you knit the sleeves separately. The ribbing around the neck, hem, bottom part, and the cuffs all have 2 rows of double knitting, maybe 4, I can't really remember. Which I really, really, really like it, because it makes them a lot more stiff and more like sweatshirt-like, I guess. It took me a hot freaking second to figure out how to do color changes without having to cut the yarn every single time. I think I'll just show you the inside. So especially when it was worked flat was the hardest part to change colors, because I don't know if this was just me, but I couldn't like figure out how to properly, I guess, carry the colors over. So what I ended up doing is I would knit and then I would just slide my how do I explain this? Like I would slide my needles through the work to the other side, so that way I was still working on the same side that the yarn was still attached to, but I would be doing like an opposite row. Hopefully I don't really know if that makes sense. I watched a video of this girl do it because it was she had like left a little link on her Ravelry post where she like explained how to do it, because a lot of us didn't know how. So thank you. I'll try to find that and put it somewhere. But other than the color changing parts, this sweater, like, it worked up really fast actually, because you get, I guess I should flip it back. Anyways, it worked up really fast because it's almost like the little stripes along with the eyelets, I think they're called. It was very like motivating to keep knitting until you get to the next one. And so it almost felt like the work was going by faster, because if I thought about it in the way where, like when I was working on the sleeves, because unfortunately, once again, I did hit Sleeve Island briefly this time, but it happens. But if you think about doing the sleeves as like, oh, I just have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stripes, then it goes by a lot faster. However, there's a lot more knitting in between just the 7 stripes, but it's easier to digest, I guess. I believe I knit the smallest size. However, well, I mean, it is supposed to be kind of like an oversized pattern, but I also knit pretty loose. So a lot of the time I have to adjust my needles to be a little bit smaller. I think I did have to do that for this pattern. But as you saw when I was wearing it, it fits pretty freaking spot on. So I'm a little nervy to block it, because I don't want it to grow a whole lot, especially because of like the eyelet pattern, being more so like scrunched up, and then I'm assuming that when you block it, they bloom a little bit and loosen up. I don't want the sweater to get too big. I mean, worst case scenario, if it does get a little bit bigger, I know I say this a lot, but I'm not too worried about it. This is me regulating. I'm not too worried about it, because then I'll just have another cool oversized sweatshirt. So I'll live with it, I guess. But final thoughts, I really liked working on this sweater. I think I said in my last video that I would make another one, probably in the same color scheme that the like example photos showed, because that was just too freaking cute. But I like the colors I picked. I think they look pretty good. This is I think I said the Wool of the Andes, worsted, and it's not like, it's pretty, when it comes to itchiness, because I think I've said before that I'm more so on the sensitive side, but as for itchiness, it's not like I'm gonna die itchy. It's maybe a little bit like uncomfortable, but I also haven't blocked it yet, so it could just be that. But as far as like wearability goes for this yarn, I would say it's pretty wearable. Especially with having this other yarn paired with it and some of the holes. I think it will wear a little bit easier on my skin. But if not, I'll just wear a tank top under it. I mean, I wear a tank top or a thermal under literally everything anyways, because I'm always cold, so I think I'm fine. So yes, she is done. Let's go. I kind of feel a little bit guilty because I feel like I've talked about numerous patterns in my first and my second video, and I've only done like 2 of them so far, but more stuff comes out and I get so excited and antsy and I just want to make stuff, and then I forget about the old things that I said I was going to make. Out of sight, out of mind. Like, I don't know what to say. But anyways, 10 out of 10. I really liked this sweater. Okay, the next thing I wanted to show you is not a knitting project, but it is knitting related. I'm so proud of these. So this is the Carmine quilted toiletry pouch pattern by Porche Patterns on Etsy, or Porche Patterns. I saw an Instagram reel of the artist who made the bags, and I was like, that's so cute. And I wanted to make them because I don't think I really have any project bags. I only have like this one little tote bag and then something else, but I wanted something cute. So this was the first one that I made, and it's the big size. It's a little rough around the edges, I'll just say that. But my goal, because I think I made this right around Halloween or so, and so I dressed up as Coraline for Halloween, so I was like, well, might as well keep the theme going. I don't know how well I'll be able to show you, but this is what the inside looks like. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not very good. This is what the inside looks like. So I'll put up a picture on the screen too, but you make a bunch of pockets in there, and it's quilted so it feels good on your hands or something. I don't know. I like the quilted. And then it cinches, and then you get like a little like bag, which is so adorable. Okay, now we can talk about the second one that I made, which is so cute. I love this one even more than the first one. Are you kidding? This is so cute. This is so cute. I did a lot better with the actual quilting this time. I just freehanded the pattern. I don't know if you were supposed to do that, but I don't really know how else to do like a quilted thing, so I just freehanded it. I had already had the red fabric, and then I got this little strawberry fabric a while ago somewhere. I don't even know if I remember. Michael's, maybe? This is the inside again. The pockets are a lot more cohesive, and they look way better in here. The sound is I don't know how to show you, but maybe you can see I have my little notions thingy in here from, in case you were wondering, Firefly Notes. Oh, that's upside down. But these have been so handy because they stand up on their own. So, like, I can set it on the ground and then just pull out my yarn and it's still in there and it's not like, you know, like flying around. I know you guys have dealt with that. But the pattern was it was relatively easy to follow. There was maybe like 1 or 2 spots that I had some trouble with, but I reached out to the artist and I asked her some questions and she responded really fast and she was really, really helpful. My sewing machine also broke halfway through making this one. So I had to do a lot of troubleshooting. What I'm going to say is do not underestimate the manual. That thing is like gold. It's gold. Our sewing machine is so old and ancient, and we don't have the manual, but I was able to find a PDF online, so I was chilling. But yeah, they're so cute, and I want to make another one for my mom for Christmas. I got some fabric that has these little like brown cows on it, which is perfect because we have cows, and they're brown. And I thought it would be so cute to like make that fabric either this upper part or maybe this bottom part. Haven't really figured it out yet. But it was quick. It was really fun. And good practice as well. So I'm glad I got to make these and I'm probably going to be pretty addicted. So, and as for my last finished-ish object, I wasn't gonna hop on this trend because I know the whole like knitting world is being taken by storm by this pattern. You can probably guess what it is. It is in fact the sailor slippers. In my defense, well, actually, you know what? Not in my defense. It's popular for a reason. It's a sleigh pattern. It's fun. It's cool. It's very adorable and cute. But I didn't know what to get any of the men in my life. I had no idea. My boyfriend, my brother, my dad. I don't know what you guys want, okay? It's hard. It's really hard to shop for you guys. So my idea was to make slippers for everyone. Hopefully that's fun. These ones are the ones that I made for my dad, hence their size. If you haven't heard of the sailor slipper pattern, do you live under a rock, first off? Second, no judgment. Third, you knit these humongous slippers and then you felt them in the wash. So, that's why these look so freaking huge. Clearly I haven't had a chance to wash them quite yet, but I just finished them last night. This pattern, it's nice because it goes by really fast because the gauge is humongous. So it's like 12 stitches, 13 stitches. So it goes by really fast, which is very handy for a short attention span girly like me. But originally for these slippers, I asked my dad, I was like, what's your favorite like 2-color combination? And he said orange and gray. And I mean, I don't know about that. So I asked him for a second combination and he said yellow and blue. So really the best way that I could make these still like cutesy in my own way was doing the kind of like lemon or, well, what is that? Like a buttercup yellow with a navy, and then the soles are black, and then the I guess like lining is apple green. I think today or tomorrow I want to film like a before and after of these, just because I feel like this is like comical how humongous these are. Because you would not expect them to, like, you go from this to wearable slippers? Are you sure? It's not even possible. So I'll make sure to try to film that and posted if I can. Hopefully I won't forget. For these, I used Drops Snow, which is recommended in the pattern. I just used black, navy, and then this yellow, and then the apple green. The nice thing about these is that they don't really take that much yarn. For the bigger sizes, they do require a little bit more yarn because you're adding a lot more length, but like, it was quick, it was pretty fun. Like I said, because the gauge is so big, it goes by so fast. I'm really excited to felt these and see how they turn out, because I'm actually a little scared. I'm a little scared to felt them, just a little. But I'm gonna make sure that I do the right temperature, the right forever how long, because I do not want to screw these up. We are too close to Christmas to be making mistakes right now. But I think I'm gonna make an all black pair for my brother, and then like a purple stripy pair for my boyfriend. And then I think I saw, maybe, I can't remember if it was like a reel or something, but I saw a video of this girl who had made these, and she bought like the stuff on the bottom of grippy socks that you can just squeeze out of a tube and put on the bottom. So I was like, that's kind of genius. So I'm gonna do that. Actually, I should probably order that, like, now. But I will keep you posted how those turn out, because, I don't know, they're all the rage right now. I mean, might as well. All right, on to the next category is works in progress. I guess, like, technically I currently only have one or two, I guess, because I'm making more of the sailor slippers. Oh, I guess I didn't say who they're by. They're by Annie Germain. She made them. Slay, girl, you're killing it. But, so I'm going to be making more of those, like I said. And then the other work in progress that I have, which I haven't got a whole lot of progress on, actually, is the Kitten Catch Mittens. Sorry, I have a little paper, which is why I keep looking down. The Kitten Catch Mittens by Handmade by Florence. Are you kidding me? Girl, this pattern is so cute. How did you even come up with this? This is as far as I've gotten on one. She wrote the pattern to be on Magic Loop, but I just hate Magic Loop. I'm sorry. It feels like it takes so much longer. So I've been working on it on my tiny sock needles. Honestly, I did not gauge swatch for these. I don't even know if I'm using the right needle size. I think I'm using 2.25. I don't even know if that's right. But this was all I had, so I was kind of just like, whatever. As for the yarn that I'm using, I only needed to get one skein of each of the colors. But it's Santa's Yarn, Tin Pier Gint in... Where's it? I don't really know if it says the colors on here. This one was like, it's like the darkest chocolate brown or whatever. And then this was some sort of like beige gray. I don't really know. Hello. Again. A note about my color choices was that I honestly was just loving the way that Florence had knitted them in her sample. Because I know that she is a very neutral girly. I don't know if I would describe myself as a neutral girl, but they were so cute, and like it was like good kitten colors, and these types of colors go along with any outfit. So I figured, I guess I'll be a neutral girly. As for the actual pattern and like knitting it, the only struggle that I've had so far is the Latvian braids, which objectively, like, they're not too hard, but it gets tough, like, if you've knitted Latvian braids, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But when you knit them, you continuously like twist the yarn over and over again, the two colors. And so eventually when you work all your way around, both of your yarns are like totally tangled in this big spiral. So that was kind of annoying to work through, but I think it was worth it because they look really, really cool. Once again, Florence, these mittens are fire. They're so cute. I'm probably going to wear them even through summer because they're so cute. I love them. I have knit color work before, but I don't think I've ever knit color work on like a smaller circumference. So I'm not totally sure how that's going to go. Hopefully it is smooth. I don't know. We'll see. Simi, would you like to say anything? She's shy. Okay, moving on to the final category. Yarn acquisitions. Oh my god, I forgot what it was for a second. So in November, I went to Idaho to visit my family for the holidays, for Thanksgiving. And I went to this yarn shop that I had gone to the prior year, and it didn't really click in my head what day it was, but when I went, it was Black Friday. Now, I did not know that this yarn store was going to partake in Black Friday. Even when I talked to them, they were like, yeah, we normally don't, but this year we were feeling special or whatever. Oh my god. Never in my life did I think I was going to be the proud owner of this yarn. This is Noro Kakigori. Hopefully I'm saying that right. It is 50% cotton, 30% silk, 10% viscose, and 10% polyamide. Do you want to know how much these retail for? $46 a piece. You want to know how much I got these for? $15 a piece. Do you want to know how many yards are in this thing? Or meters? 600. 600 meters. I am honestly just shocked that I even possess these. I see Noro everywhere. Like, everyone and their mother loves Noro or something. That's just what I've seen. And I've always been like, oh, like, it'd be so cool to work with that stuff just because it's so cool, but it's like, it's pricey because it's nice, and it comes from pretty far. So like, when I saw this for $15, I was like, obviously I'm gonna get it. This colorway is pink, and it has some white, well, really it has all the colors, actually, like whites, blues, greens, yellows, browns, all spun into it. This is considered, I think, so this is considered a DK weight yarn. I would maybe say that it's more so of like a light DK, maybe a sport, just by the looks of it, but we'll see once I actually work with it. I know that we just talked about the popular sailor slippers. So for this yarn, staying on the trend theme apparently, I want to make the Ranunculus by Midori Hirose. I've knit the Ranunculus before. I knit it for my mom for Mother's Day, which it's actually upstairs blocking right now, so I'm a little bit late. Sorry, Mom. But at first I was like, what is so freaking special about this pattern? And then I actually knit it. I really like that pattern, actually. I think everyone in the world really likes that pattern, but there's something about that pattern that is just like it makes me emotional a little bit. It's really quick. It's really pretty. You can customize it like any way you want. You can use essentially whatever yarn you want. You use, I think 6mm needles are what the pattern calls for. So you can use whatever yarn you want, and then you just adjust what size you're gonna make depending on how many stitches you get in your gauge swatch when you knit with 6mm needles. Which, when I knit it for my mom, I think I was using like DK weight yarn, and then I just ended up making, I think, because my stitches were so much smaller than the gauge of the sweater, I just ended up knitting like a size large, and it fits her perfect. So I'm so excited to have this pattern and make a sweater of this pattern for myself. Miss Hirose must have like knit or written magic in this pattern because everybody's making it and everybody's made 1,000, which I'm so on board with that. So yeah, I really like this yarn. They're like my babies. I'm so excited. Anyways, before I get too attached, let's move on. So the next yarn that I got at that Black Friday sale was the Universal Yarns Deluxe Worsted Tweed. It's a superwash yarn. It's 90% superwash wool, 7% acrylic, and 3% viscose. This is I think it's worsted weight. Oh wait, it literally says it on the front. This is worsted weight. They had, let's see. They had 4 skeins, which the 4 skeins each have 218 yards in it. So that's about enough for a sweater. But if I have to buy another one, no big deal. It's okay. I got each of these for $10, which normally, at least at that store, they were $13 each. But I honestly, partially, I was excited and blinded by the Black Friday sticker on everything. And 2, I'm always gonna go for a cheap sweater quantity. Always. So that was really freaking hype. I have no idea what I'm gonna make with this, but I'm just happy to have another sweater quantity in my stash. I think I'm actually starting to reach the point where I need to make the items before I get more. I get a little excited. I think we all do. And I need to make the patterns. But you know what? I have plans for everything. We will start them. I've been in school, it's been hard. And now it's Christmas, so I basically have to knit for everybody else and I can't knit for myself. So we will get there. We will get there, I promise. The last yarns that I had got from that store were 2 skeins of Cascade Cherub Aran. These are worsted weight and they're 55% nylon, 45% acrylic. I told my mom that I would make her a beanie, so she picked out the yarns and she got to feel a bunch of them and she was like, I really like this one and they're on sale. So these were both, I think these were $5 each, that's a steal. That is all that I had planned for today. My next video plan, which I'm so excited to make, is the everything that I made in 2025 video. Because I'm on break, I'm hoping that I can film it within the next couple weeks, but if not, then I guess expect to see it like in January or something. I would love to have like a consistent upload schedule, but knitting and, having other things going on in life, work, school, all that stuff, knitting is it's hard to keep a steady progression, I guess, is what I would say, at least for myself. So I am, trying to knit as much as I can, but school and everything catches up. So I can't promise a consistent schedule. So I'll try to just post when I can, and hopefully it's still fun to watch. But yeah, I really appreciate everybody hanging out for another video. And leaving such nice comments. It's really fun to read and talk to everybody. And I like that I'm able to make more friends through here. So thank you. I hope everybody has a fabulous holiday. And I'm really excited to keep posting in the new year and making stuff. And I hope you'll continue to follow along. Thank you so much and have a beautiful day.